together. So that was been a bit of an adjustment as well, is that we're coming together to be one team. And you notice, Happy Wife, the name of the team is Trisha Lee Team. So,
Happy wife, happy life. And you are a smart, smart man that you have already picked up on that.
Yeah, there was no debating there.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Glennda Baker, and I am a real estate agent here in Atlanta, Georgia. And today I am a little bit excited. I have Jeffery St. Arromand with me from Serhant, but probably you have seen him before because he has been on television broadcasting. He's an amazing real estate agent in New York. And so, Jeffery, for those who don't know you, give us a little snapshot of you.
All right. I'm going to try to keep it concise and entertaining. That's my
Always.
goal. But so yeah, my name is Jeffery St. Armman, and you pronounce the name perfectly, by the way. I work in Brooklyn, and I'm from Brooklyn. Actually, I work in entire New York, but I'm from Brooklyn. So prior to your point, prior to working in real estate, I worked in television for some years. And Glenn, I know you're a big sports fan, so I worked in sports television. So covered everyone from Tom Brady to I don't know, Shannon Sharp, worked with him.
Wow.
A wide array of folks, and even Kanye West and Jay-Z, everybody. So that was a great career. Did that for some time, but just really didn't enjoy all the travel as much. And I was thinking about this last night as I just thought about what's my life story. I forget that I didn't forget, but my family is from Brooklyn, and then we moved to Florida my sophomore year in high school. And I think that's when I first got that real estate bug and wasn't even aware of it, because we were going out and looking at all the homes and look at all the model homes and figuring out different neighborhoods. And that was something about it that I really enjoyed. But then I left it alone and went into television. And then as things would work, here we are full circle back into real estate. So went to FAMU. So I have a little southern experience, Florida A&M University, which is in Tallahassee. So I have all of that down south charm as you have, Glennda. And just headed back to New York, and really wanted to pursue real estate after my television career. And that's been a hell of a ride, as you would imagine.
You know what? I love that. But it blows my mind that you were in Brooklyn, you go to Florida, but you speak French. Where's the French from?
Oh, so my family is from Haiti. So we were just recently in Paris not too long ago. So my Creole / French really was effective then. And yeah, I was able to impress my fiance even more.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so you're in Brooklyn, and I'm assuming you sell all over New York, but it sounds like maybe you kind of focus on Brooklyn. You live in Brooklyn and you focus in that area. Is that correct?
Yeah, primarily, but we're definitely expanding into the city. But Brooklyn is our bread and butter, our sweet spot. And so, and with, obviously post-pandemic, everybody wanting all this vertical living in New York City specifically, people wanting more space, they really found their way into Brooklyn and really started to embrace a lot of these neighborhoods that are now probably as costly as some neighborhoods in Manhattan.
Do you know, I have to tell you, I was in New York like a month ago, and I ended up in Prospect Park. That's part of Brooklyn, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I love like this tree lined air. I mean, it really is like the Cosby Show. It was like, what? They're so beautiful and they're so stately, and they give you a completely different feel. And you're 1 second to the city when you're in one of those brownstones or townhomes, or what do you call it? A brownstone there?
Brownstone? No, brownstones. You have brownstones and you have townhouses, but you have them both. But what you're talking about specifically are brownstones, and the architectural detail, how far back they go to like 1800, 1700 sometimes, they're all landmarked, and just to your point, the tree lined streets are gorgeous. So it's like the best of both worlds, essentially.
You know what I think captured my heart about you is that you're a storyteller. So, and
Mhm.
you know me, I love a story like nobody's business. And I love the way that when you're talking about real estate, when you're talking about things that obviously you're passionate about, it's almost like once upon a time, and then you give me this vision that I can really like bite into. And I think that, I mean, you tell me, but I think that that's probably contributed to your success, probably both as a broadcaster and as a real estate agent.
No, absolutely. I think there's a parallel to be drawn. First of all, storytelling is important in every capacity and everything that you're selling in every brand. That's first and foremost. Um, Ironically, my background and my strengths in television and that whole act of storytelling translates perfectly into real estate. I'm always been, I think you are too, a big Gary Vee fan. And so I just thought it was the appropriate time for me to use that skill set to make it transferable into sales. And so when it comes to, selling homes, storytelling, it just, you want to envision yourself there. You're not just, I always say, you're not just buying the property, you're buying the neighborhood, you're buying the culture, you're buying everything about that home. So whatever you can do to really help buyers understand that and see themselves in that space is what I really, really enjoy doing. And I think it's really helped to expedite the success and get more eyeballs on the property. And these days, you want everyone to see a property. And that's what we do whenever we create these, great stories. Obviously, here at Serhant, we have Serhant Studios. It's really helpful with that. But to be able to use, my knowledge coupled with the talent of studios to really sell and put out that story that people could really resonate to and understand. I think that's a big differentiator for us and for me specifically in our team as a whole.
I love that. I love that. So tell me what came first. Did falling in love come first or did you start working together first? It's not a big secret that you work with your fiance, correct?
Yes, yeah, not a big
And
secret.
so what came first? Did you fall in love first or did you start working together first?
Oh, definitely fall in love first. And it it's so funny because I tell people the story, they can't believe it. But I owe something. I owe my manager a hell of a thank you at the very least. Because when she first came into the office, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna sit her right in front of you." I said, "Okay, yeah, it's perfect. That's perfect." And then that started the whole thing. So he was the he saw it all. He saw it all. He was completely like he had the whole glass ball and saw the big picture. I had no idea. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's nice, and I knew she was definitely stunning and attractive, and I knew that her successes in what she did differently, and I just part of the connection for us is the fact that we both were starting over from successful careers and had the audacity to really say, you know what, we were successful here, we're going to do it again. And I think that was the initial attraction. And then I got to know her, things, propelled and became what it is today. But it's all Joe. He knows who he is.
I love it. I love that. I think that some people would think that it's difficult to work with, the person that you have a personal relationship with. I have the opportunity to work with my daughter, and I absolutely love it because you have this built in implicit trust,
Correct.
not only in that person's, integrity, but also in their capabilities. And I think that a lot of times when people say, "Oh, I could never ever work with my significant other or somebody in my family," it's because they haven't really thought through the mechanics and also the beauty of having that type of relationship professionally and personally.
No, absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. You know the saying. You're full of sayings, but but I think the key is that I think the key is that we understand each other's strengths. Now, I'll say one caveat. If we were in a brick and mortar and we were together all the time, I would go absolutely nuts. But
Yeah,
thankfully, in the state, we're in different places, and we trust each other, and we understand that we both don't need to be in the same place simultaneously. If you're doing
right.
this, know it's going to be done well, it's going to be done effectively. I have nothing to worry about, and vice versa. So, it's been because we didn't always work together. We just recently started working together. So that was been a bit of an adjustment as well, is that we're coming together to be one team. And you notice, Happy Wife, the name of the team is Trisha Lee Team. So
Happy
So
wife, happy life. And you are a smart, smart man that you have already picked up on that.
yeah, there was no debating there. But I mean, it's just I understand my strengths with the television, the storytelling, that component of it, and we're both equally strong when it comes to negotiating and everything else about the transactional process. In fact, she'll be the first to tell you I actually kind of helped to train her initially, and then she's great with establishing systems. She's self-proclaimed marketing maven. So we always talk about that. Who has a bit of marketing ideas and campaigns? And then we're able to come together. And I think that's what's really important is that you maintain your own identity and your own brand, as it were, but yet we're still together as a brand. So that's what I think is really helps us to be unique. That whether it be a client wants to work with me, work with her, or having us both together, that's one advantage. You're bringing multiple strong agents together to help list and sell your property or give you the advisement you need through purchasing. So it's worked to our advantage. We like it.
It's like, and you were in sports, and I love sports, and you're exactly right. It's like having, the greatest quarterback and the greatest wide receiver or the greatest tight end. It's like Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah.
You have like two people that have these strong strengths in different areas of the business. And really it is, and a lot of people don't realize it's such a perfect fit, and it's
Mm.
weaved together so perfectly. And you're always stronger with someone who complements you and understands your style. And to me, I just always think about it like it's like the quarterback and the wide receiver, or the quarterback and the tight end. It's, I told Elizabeth's been with me 22 years. And I
Wow.
told her the other day, and she doesn't know the difference between Freddie Freeman and Travis Kelce. She thinks they're both tall. I mean, like
Right.
literally, she has no idea. And I said to her, sit down, grasp tightly. I said, because I always say I'm the Michael Jordan of real estate. I said,
Right.
Elizabeth, you're like my Scottie Pippen. And she goes, who is that? And
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, she did not just say that. But it's so funny because you're so right. I mean, think about it. Michael Jordan would never have been able to accomplish what he did without Scottie Pippen. And I think that it's so great that you have that opportunity to share in the success and share in the growth with your fiance. So I'm so happy to hear that. Now, I know that you have got some exciting things coming up. And I know that it's a little bit on the down low. So I'm not going to be like that pushy reporter and ask you hard questions. But if
So
you'd like to share anything with Glenda's Gazette audience, I'm going to let you do that.
okay. Okay. That's a perfect segue to put all the onus on me. That's fine.
That's
Uh,
right. It's all your fault.
exactly right. No, I'm going to share what's already been shared. Ryan Serhant has shared the fact that we're now going to be on Netflix, and it's a reality show about the entire firm. Everyone's involved. Um, we think it's going to be coming out sometime soon, very soon, probably this summer ish. We're still waiting on that. Certainly, there's going to be trailers released and the cast released and everything else. But I think it's really exciting for the firm as a whole, and it's really exciting to really make sure you're ready for what that entails. But keeping in, who says something I love all the time is a Steelers head coach, keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing is selling real estate. The main thing is getting on the phone, making calls, reaching out and expanding your business. And that's the main thing. Everything else is just extra. But once you understand what the main thing is, then it keeps it, all in perspective. But we're excited about it. I think it'll do wonders for, our business personally and for the brand as a whole. So it'll be good. And I'll say this, it'll be um, more reality of real estate. How about that? Yeah.
I love that because, there are certain shows that, kind of, make my head spin around and snot fly out of my nose because I am not walking around in
Cool.
these septic fields in my stilettos.
Mm-hmm.
And come on, how many times have you shown one house and they bought $150 million house in the Hollywood Hills? Come
Right.
on, give me a break. Like
Right.
I'm over here selling, regular houses to regular people. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that that's one thing that has always impressed me about Ryan and about Serhant as a whole is that you guys, I mean, you do sell fancy smancy stuff,
Yeah.
but you really keep it real. And I don't ever feel like that he jeopardizes his integrity or the integrity of the firm or the integrity of the client. And I think that that is so critical whenever you're going to put out information, whether it's, short form video like I do or a reality show, that you keep your integrity and that of your client is paramount. And you're right. Keep the main thing, the main thing. You're not real estate agents. We're not real estate agents that are selling real estate to create content. We really are selling real estate, and the content and the context of that content comes from the real estate sales.
Absolutely. I mean, you summed it up perfectly. And we have the perfect blueprint with Ryan here in his experience from Million Dollar Listing. That's really been, really helpful to know how to navigate the space, and he's, walked that slippery slope of understanding the importance of entertainment, but yet, again, the main thing being selling real estate. And there aren't many people who've really used that platform to catapult their careers and start an entire business like Ryan has. So we have a perfect person to lead, and so we'll follow his lead, and hopefully good things will happen. And I know they will.
Well, I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to see you in person and hug your neck. I am so honored that you took some time out of your day to spend with me. It really means so much to me to have someone of your quality on Glennda's Gurus and share just not only your time but your talent.
Mm.
And I hope that the agents that watch this will see just how amazing of taking those stories, giving that vision to buyers and sellers, and really using it to sell real estate. I love it. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
No, thank you for having me, and thank you for your transparency. Just in general, you really are so transparent about your life and what you do, and I think that really is what separates you from everyone else, and really makes sure you're the ultimate storyteller. So, hearing that from you, I genuinely appreciate it. And when you come back to New York, we'll definitely have to take you out and show you some great times in the city. I know you've had plenty, but maybe we even take you over the bridge to Brooklyn, so you get some fun times in Brooklyn too.
Do you know I actually walked across that bridge myself?
Oh,
I
right.
walked across and back. And I mean, it's not a short bridge. I mean, hello.
Just,
Do you know what? I love New York, and I love one of the things that I love the most about New York is the discovery of the undiscovered, the
mm,
beauty in the undiscovered parts of New York. And I just the people, and it's so crowded that sometimes it's hard to think like that the people are real to me
mhm.
because like there's so many of them.
Right, right.
And it's you always kind of like lump it together. But what I loved about walking across the Brooklyn Bridge was just like how it was such a momentous thing, like staying present and in the moment
Right.
and thinking about the people that had done that and just where they had come from and the melting pot that is New York. So I would consider it an honor to come to Brooklyn and hang out with you
Nice.
and just soak up some of the greatness.
Absolutely. And we have something that we do. We meet quarterly with a lot of other agents here at Serhant. It's called the culture crew. So we go to different places, and it's always great to always have that sense of being a tourist in New York. Because to
Yeah.
your point, sometimes you take everything for granted. So we'll take you on the next time we have a culture tour event, you'll be there.
All right, that is a date. And Jeffrey, thank you so much. Now tell everybody how they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on all social platforms. I'm JSA, so Jeffery Sam Apple underscore sells SELLS underscore NYC. Now on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and YouTube coming shortly.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you again for your time and your talent. And thank you for joining me for Glennda's Gurus. My name is Glennda Baker. I'm a real estate agent in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'd love the opportunity to talk real estate with you today. See ya.